174.
Okay. And take a look here. I mean, you feel like you're way across. Actually, it's not that cross, is it?
Yeah. If I'm losing strokes anywhere, it's putting. Which is why my biggest goal for 2024 is the road to 180. Before we get into this awesome lesson with Luke, I want to give some context on why we're starting the series called the Road to 180. And now here's the one stated goal. I want to game, like during a tournament, 180 ball speed on the golf course. And we got some work to do to get there. So one of the reasons is I needed to set a better goal this year. Last year, started to get back into tournaments. I played a couple, had my worst scores of the season at those tournaments. And this year I'm signed up for more. And I didn't want to set a goal of like, I want to win a qualifier or I want to shoot this number of scores. I wanted something outside of that I had more control over and that I could do more with. And so that's what I landed on. We've got the road to 180 mile per hour ball speed. All right, so let's show you what like the normal gamer is right now. It should be around like 111, 113 mile an hour club head speed, 165 ball speed. Let's see. I hit it well. All right, let's see what that is. I'm curious. Okay, so that was our gamer here, 114 club head speed, 168 ball speed. My goal is to get that up to 180. And there's a few reasons. Is I like breaking down goals into process goals, right? So we got the outcome goal is hit 180 as a gamer. The process means that I need to do speed training, I need to work on my golf swing, and I need to work out. And that last one is probably most important because I suck at working out, and maybe this will motivate me to work on my body, give me a reason to get into the gym and get better in that area as well. So this is where we're starting the journey. And on this first episode, we're headed just up the road to me, up to Dr. Luke Benoit's academy, the Rip Academy, and he's gonna look at my golf swing. We're gonna talk speed. He created the Rypstick, and so he spent a lot of time working on this and studying this. We're gonna work on the golf swing. Episode 1, Road to 180. Come on, let's go. This is gonna be a good series.
All right, so our plan is speed.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we know is that just doing speed training will help.
Yeah.
But there's technique stuff that can also help you gain speed.
Okay.
Now, how much are you concerned with like hitting it far but crooked? Like, do you think things could get weird and hit it all over the place?
No, because historically, the harder I try to swing, the straighter it goes.
That's awesome.
I'm not afraid of.
Not everybody may be that way.
Okay.
Anyway, that's awesome. So as you take it back, swing it a little under. I don't think we're that concerned with it.
Okay.
You're interesting in that you're a little laid off at the top here. Mm-hmm. And this is probably it's a bit of a power league or power sap having the club here versus maybe back here behind your hands.
Okay.
Because it's more range. You know, the more laid off you are, the less swinging the club actually does. So if you look at the long drive guys, you won't see anybody really laid off, right? It's pretty rare.
Okay.
So we can get a little bit more across. You can do that with turning a little more. You can also flare the elbow a little bit more, so you can see how your elbow's tucked. Go look at like Jack Nicklaus or the long drive guys, like they're tending to flare that elbow a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Bryson as well.
Yep.
So I'd be fine with you feeling a little more flare of that right arm. We're getting a little bit more across, but you can't get steep to do it.
Okay.
So that's the main thing, is we don't want to get too steep because that could get a little bit ugly, right?
Yep.
But overall, like I think overall, like the swing plane looks great. I don't really think there's that much we want to change with it.
Yeah.
If you want to get a little shallower, we could do that, but I'm not that concerned with it. What do you think about that?
Yes, I mean, I've always had that laid off, like that's never gone away. And the thought of it is though, that like if the hand path gets bigger, so that more possibility to create speed.
Yeah, and just the club has more range, right? The farther the swing, the farther the club goes, the more speed you'll have. Okay. So now what you'd love is that your iron swing is short and tidy. Don't mind if you're a little laid off. And then your driver swing, we need to flare that elbow and get a little more length to swing.
Got it.
It's gonna help you gain speed.
How would I make a decision about if to like shallow my downswing? Like, how do you make that decision?
I mean, I would look at the video if you want to get into the picky. It would be like, if that club is essentially like more than 60 degrees or so, and or like splitting the bicep, and you're a little narrow. So I always like to preface all the shallowing discussion with, if your club is really wide, like Jack Nicklaus is pretty far away from his body, it's okay to be a little steeper. There's a lot of tour players that look here, but the club is wide and they don't make gouging divots. What doesn't work is if that club is coming down at this angle, but you're also narrow and you make giant holes, that's not very repeatable.
Got it.
So we want width if we're gonna be a little steep.
Okay.
And you have decent width, which is why I think I'm not that concerned with you getting too steep at this point.
Okay.
But we gotta feel that right arm farther away. That'd be the main matchup I'd want you to work.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think most people do goals wrong, and they set like a handicap goal, or they set like a winning a tournament goal, but they don't have the activities that lead to that goal. And so, yeah, the road to 180 is definitely an outcome goal, but it's also, that in itself is also kind of a goal that gets me to a score goal and an outcome goal as far as like tournaments that I want as well. So I've got that, and we're working backwards, right? And now it's, can I stay committed to the time in the gym with the speed training and have those process goals of every week doing it, checking it off the list, and not messing about, because I mean, I need to do it. My knee's a bit jacked up for the last year. I need to get that healthier. Yeah, there's a lot of things I need to work on. Oh, that's not bad. Get up there. All right, oh, here it is. Perfect. That was a great shot. Almost hit that par 5 and 2. All right, so let's play the not correct shot. The correct shot is to bump it and have it run out. We're gonna go all the way aerial on this. Here we go. The aerial option, flop to the downslope. I might have done it. Sit, sit. Ha. All right, that worked. Let's see if we can make birdie for the video. This is actually a legit birdie too. Luke can attest to this.
That's true.
There's no faking this. I've been grinding quite hard with the broomstick lately. Let's see if I can get this to pay off. You got to feel the pendulum, feel the core and the shoulders. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, it worked. All right, so we're starting the road to 180 with the birdie. It's a good way to start. We're getting in it with Luke, Benoit. We're talking speed, and we have so many more episodes to go on this series. So make sure to subscribe, follow along for this journey. Starting here, we're gonna talk equipment, gear, body, all the stuff. Let's get into it.
I can get 172.
Okay.
How do I get another 8?
Yeah, so we'll do speed. Obviously, you do Rypstick, you're gonna gain some speed, but we have to do some technique change too.
Okay.
And this is where, again, I want you to flare some elbow, lengthen the swing, and I want you to really feel like you're loading up in the hip. We're gonna train this ground force with good turn and flaring the elbow a little bit more.
Okay. You know what else it's gonna take? It's gonna take taking out this hood.
One layer? Yeah, that might help.
Yeah. I don't even know the math. To get to 180, what does my club head speed have to be?
Yeah, so we need to get that up 120 club head speed with TrackMan, 125-ish with Foresight is kind of where we need to get to.
And then a decent smash factor.
Yeah,
too.
And hit in the middle would help, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see another. So tell me what you're talking about. You're talking about getting up.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, you can get a little higher. You can flare this a little bit more and get some more range there. You're feeling super high in the hip, and your spine's extended a little bit, which we like, because the more you extend your spine, actually, the more range you have as well, right? We're going to work on that high hip.
High hip.
Cross the line a little bit. Really turn.
Did I do anything?
Yeah, it's good. And, you know, start all this, the preface is we're not trying to hit any really solid yet.
Right.
We're just trying to get some moves down. Right?
Yep. Okay, so high. Is this it?
Yeah,
so
that's good, man. See if you can cross the line a little more on this one.
That felt different.
Yep. And take a look here. I mean, you feel like you're way across. Actually, it's not that cross, is it?
Yeah.
It's a little higher. And is it steep?
Not that steep.
No. So, you know, some people might be worried about getting real steep with that cross line feel. You're not. And it drops pretty good and shallows plenty. So you're a little unique in that.
That's pretty promising. That's a good cue. Is my excitement coming through? That was pretty exciting golf swing right there. I don't know if that's coming across or not. I feel it shallowing.
It goes, yeah.
I literally feel it.
Yeah.
Like, that?
And not everybody can let that happen from where you're at.
Yeah.
But it's a sign of good mechanics if this elbow kind of shallows the thing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are trying to like tuck the elbow in the backswing.
Yeah.
It's a disaster because usually you lose a lot of speed.
Okay.
And you might actually let it release in the downswing. You'd rather be flared here and then let it tuck a little bit for speed and not getting too steep.
Okay. Yeah. So we get more pressure.
Yeah.
and we get more, we're really gonna get more mass
More arc, yeah. I mean, you just want a lot of arc. You want that elbow behind you and a cross line move.
That was faster, 122.
Mm-hmm. And have you done these speed sessions where you'll hit like 30, 40 drives and just kind of go as far as you can and hit it as hard as you can?
I guess I'm not very good at that volume.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but there's some interesting like differences of maybe what the research on fitness are and what like the long drive guys are doing. They're doing some longer sessions to push that envelope. As long as they're maintaining speed for a long time. As soon as you start getting slower, you should probably stop.
Okay.
But it's okay to go for 40 shots and try to experiment a little bit with different feels. Case that thing and just get as fast as you can. You got to get hyped up. Intensity is key. Red Bull or 2 helps. All the long drive guys are going to get up on caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Like that's part of the game to gain speed. I'm not saying you have to do it, but it does help.
I do need to do it. This is great. Okay, so because I remember Seb said his world record was after like 50 balls or something.
Yeah, usually you're going to get faster until at least 30 or 40 balls.
Yeah.
If you're doing it right.
Okay.
No, not many people are going to peak after 10 balls. It takes a few. You got to get loose, got to get going.
Huh. I guess it makes me think about like prep for, rounds and stuff too. Like, is anybody warm when they go out to play? I didn't do it well on that one.
And usually we'll see that heart rate climb up while you're training. You got to be careful you don't turn into an aerobic activity where you're hitting so many balls that you're not like recharged and ready. Do you know what I mean? So our app paces people, slows them down on purpose, right?
Mixing up single arm versus normal. And
but also just like how many, like, could you hit a ball every 10 seconds? Yes, but it starts to be aerobic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's not like it's not exactly a 1 rep max, but you certainly don't want to like tire yourself out. It's not a goal to tire yourself out.
Got it. Okay, so I'm feeling this.
Good.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do one really exaggerated here.
So what do you see here? Still a little late on, but you're getting that elbow much wider, which I like. And how's the trail hip look?
I mean, it's not that, it's straight-ish, but not that straight.
Good example of, feeling real. You feel like that leg's straight, but there's still plenty of knee bend in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you're training, this is where it's okay to go do the video and do some analysis to see. What do you think of the plane?
Looks good.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
awesome.
Yeah, that does look actually way better. It's not steep at all.
Yeah. That's where you're interesting. Again, you swing harder and it maintains well. Not everybody improves mechanics by swinging hard.
Okay.
And that's where some people may need to make sure that their path is in a good range and their face is squaring to make it work.
Okay. So if you think I'm at like, my club head speeds are on 120. I've hit 172 so far in the last, 5 golf balls. Mm-hmm. If I stand here and hit 30, 40 shots, what am I going to get?
You'll be at least 175 today, without a doubt, maybe faster. And then we can find some other cues, and that's where there's a little experimentation. We know range is important. We know the trail hip's going to help you. I also think just increasing the speed of your backswing loads the thing faster.
Yep.
It's not for everybody, but for a lot of people, if you can get the thing wishing back and feeling that, get the speed here, that can help you load faster and get more stretch reflex at the top.
Got it. And this is something, you should go back and watch some of the other videos that we did, but we did a whole thing on like how to train technique change and how you do it. Mm-hmm. Like you would be suggesting using freezers and like doing to get this feel, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely do it. I think Seb is the poster child for the double pump.
Yeah.
Because it helps him feel where he needs to be with that extension of the spine and a long swing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think he models that, what we're talking about here more than any, right? Because his foot is literally like, and he is so tall.
Right.
And just, Anyways, all right, so you think I could get to 175?
Yeah, that's in there today.
And what does that mean my gaming speed is at?
I mean, you're probably going to be, typically ball speeds are going to be 5 to 10 less.
Okay.
Right? But if you can be maybe 170 on the course, be happy with it, right?
Yeah.
So we reach 180 as like a training and then cruise at 170, that'd be sweet. Some people are less, like I've coached D1 women that hit it super straight.
Yep.
And you tell them to swing hard and it's like 1 mile per hour faster.
Okay.
And then there's people that a little more like you and me that have a governor on it all the time because they're a little scared.
Yeah.
That's different, right?
Okay.
They have more speed to gain.
If I want to play at 180 ball speed, I need to get to 190.
You probably do need to get to 190 if you want to comfortably cruise at 180.
Okay, now we have a new goal.
Yeah.
We've changed the goals. It's March and we've adjusted the 2024 goals.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, that's the goal, is to game at 180. I mean, that's the distance that I would like to become a better golfer. I would like to do that by hitting it a lot farther. Because I can, and I have the ability, and that's going to go away as I get older.
Yeah.
So, like, now's my time to
You still have time to gain speed.
tap into
sure.
Yeah. So at home, I'm doing my training, and for me, that looks like, I'm doing some fitness stuff. I'm working on, I screwed up my knee, so I'm still working on that. I'm doing some Rypstick training. Do I need to get more extreme than that to get?
I think for your goals, you should push it a little bit more, right? And so that filters into making sure your workouts are very explosive.
Okay.
You're doing plenty of like heavy and then fast. And as you get into more like the prime season where you want to be fast, then it's even more fast.
Okay.
So you see a loading period for like a guy like Seb where he might lift heavy for a couple of weeks or months.
Okay.
And we're never going to stop heavy altogether. Like you might do 1 or 2 days a week, but you got to go fast. If it's more plyometrics and med ball explosive stuff.
Got it. So do you think that's going to be a big part?
That's going to be important as well, right? But I know that for a fact, anybody's going to gain speed with club heads with just speed training, Rypstick speed training. Yeah. But boy, you should work out as well. Yeah. That'd be great. Yeah.
How much more do I need to gain during training?
I mean, so we got to get this club head speed reading. You're 118 now, right? We got to get that to 125, maybe even 127 if you want to game at a 120 or 180 ball speed on the course.
Okay. Is it possible?
It is possible. We've seen it. Yeah. There's some really interesting stories. We've had like D1 golfers that played at 108. Yeah. And 10 years later, through training, they're at 120, 125. I mean, Seb at age 18, he was 110, and now it's 169. So, I mean, you can get much faster. You have to be pretty dedicated about your training.
Let's say I have 40 balls and do this kind of training, and I'm doing just like Rypstick training. There's fitness isn't part of the equation. Yeah. That definitely limits all the rest of it, right? If I want to get that, I have to do the whole thing.
Right. I mean, for the average person who's never speed trained and maybe doesn't have a great sequence, like we guarantee 20 yards. Okay. You're a little bit tough in terms of, I do think you should do more because you're trying to pick up at least 20 yards. Yeah. Everything you can do is going to help.
What's going to be the key here? Is it the physical fitness, or is it just going to be more technique changes?
Maybe 25 to 50% is just improve your technique. Okay. Make that better. And then there's going to be like swing as hard as I can, trying to feel some of that technique. Yep. And then there's a little bit of like, what can I do in the gym and what can I do with my body to make it stronger and faster? Yep. Right.
Okay. Got it. Let's hit a few more. I can see if I can get to 175 ball speed. Yeah. Let's figure something out here today. Here, then here. All right. That was quick. 123.
Nice.
175. Well, that was just one swing. Okay, that was easy.
Nice. So now 180.
Not setting big enough goals, I guess, here today.
New driver fitting will be key because
that's not going very far.
That is not good efficiency. It's spinny, isn't it? You can tell. Usually that happens when you start picking up speed, you're going to gain spin.
Yeah, that's terrible. Because that distance, right? If 175 ball speed and 123 club head speed should not be.
Yeah, it should be more like almost 300 carry.
Okay.
Right?
120. Yeah. Solid. 173.
Nice.
It's good.
What's your loft right now?
10.5.
Probably going to have to go down to 9, right? To make this work.
Well, we know, long drive guys are what, a 2, 3?
Yeah.
120. That's solid-ish, though.
One thing you really see with long drive guys when they're training this way is that intensity is really high, right? Yeah. They're trying so hard. Yep. You just have to train that way for like 30, 40 minutes sometimes. Just go really hard.
But how does that transfer to the course, though? Because really all I care about is getting out on...
Right.
Get out on course.
Well, if your baseline of max speed goes up, then your cruising speed just goes up as well, right? Again, like you'll see 5 to 10 mile per hour ball speed differences between max and cruising.
And you've seen that?
That happens all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just always feel like I do this, but then I get on the course and I'm going, it's just like, all right, here we go. And 110, right. Perfect. It's just
right.
Like,
And I think there's a little bit of like starting to push the envelope on the course because the more drives you hit and you center mass it, you can start trusting it. But if you don't ever swing hard and try to hit it hard, you'll never learn how to hit it in the middle either. Right. With that speed, right?
Right. Let's see, if we can be 175, then we feel like 180 is not a question for for this year. 121, 174.
Okay.
You said it once to me before, but feeling a wrist at the top, I got it.
Yeah.
The one that I hit the hardest, that was it. That was the cue.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's do that again. Yeah, that is faster.
Yeah, that increases your length of swing, and you probably cross line a little more too.
Yeah.
More range, right?
Yeah, so 123 club head speed, 170 ball speed. I mean, that's,
all right.
we're on the way.
125 club speed, Cordy. You got it. Use the feet, use the wrists.
Nah. No.
So you do a session like this where you kind of hit it bad, but go fast. And then it's okay to finish it off with like some gamers.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how fast the gamers are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now 118 is like easy.
Right. It's just like we were just doing.
Right.
In my speed training, I have a problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can show you it.
Okay.
When I overspeed train, I cannot grip the club with my right hand. So like when I'm like, I don't know if you can see this, but literally my thumb, I can't keep it on it. So
You
like
feel
it
it happen at the end every time? Yeah.
So I'm going like this.
Yeah.
It just is flying all over the place. I
Right.
can't.
Question is, when does it happen? Is it impact or is it after impact?
It's right around like here.
Yeah. Yeah.
My thumb just starts flying all over the place.
My guess is the golf ball's gone by the time you feel it, but it's probably your chest slowing down enough.
Okay.
And a really good sequence makes things slow down, and then there might be a little flip.
Okay.
So this is the big difference to me between like long drive golf and real golf.
Yep.
It's real golf, you want to actually maybe control the face and turn.
Yep.
Long drive, you're just trying to pummel that thing and let it flip.
Okay.
So it's different swing for sure.
Got it.
And I think when you go to that long drive sort of sequence, you actually decelerate nicely and the thing flips.
You're saying that is causing us to get here, and maybe because I start to do this.
Yeah. You know how like Rory's hips will actually they turn hard here and then they slow down and they actually go back for a second.
Yes.
That's the long drive sequence, and you'll see that the hands are going to release harder when people break better. The better you break, the faster you are, but the more it flips. Because you drive it pretty well, I wouldn't be too concerned. But for some people, I wouldn't really want them to flip it more.
Okay.
So that's where I think you have to be a little gentle about how you train.
I just don't know how to do my overspeed training and get faster, because I feel like I literally can't hold on to the club.
And that's the trade-off you make. If you feel like there's concerns about accuracy, then just hold on to it. Maybe you're 122 instead of 123, but you might be able to game at that speed too, right? So I wouldn't develop bad habits. And I think there's some in the industry would say swing as hard as you can every time during speed training. Not for everybody if you have a bad golf swing. Fix your mechanics and gain speed as well.
I mean, I have had that chat with a lot of people, and generally just start speed training, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of your mechanics though? Don't let it stop you.
Do it. Like maybe we get the chili whacker out and get a constraint for your path. It's okay to basically improve your mechanics, but swing hard all the time. And actually, when you think about it, trying to train speed and mechanics at the same time makes way more sense, because that's where your body's going to want to go in a stressful situation. Is it's going to want to find that efficient sort of sequence,
Got it. Cool. Yeah. Well, this was the first installment of the Road to 180. We've done stuff in my speed in the past, but this is the 2024 edition. It's a good start. I got to 175 with what we had today.
Yeah.
That was a great cue. I like getting high, staying wide.
Yep.
And that's going to be trying to get. This is a hard one for me. I'm going to work on that with some freezers. But that's great. Thanks, Luke.
Love it.
Appreciate it.
I think you can get there.
Okay, good. That's one vote of confidence for the Road to 180.